Welcome, Sojourners, to the Women's Leadership Mindset series presented by Teresa K. Page, LLC. My name is Teresa Page. I am your host and looking forward to spending these next few moments with all of you. We have a lot of work to get done on today, but first, allow me to invite you to connect with me by subscribing to my website and YouTube channel. Connect and follow me on LinkedIn, and always feel free to contact me directly via email at teresakpagellc@outlook.com. So what is our goal? Well, as an author, speaker, coach, and mentor, my mission is to help professional women renew their leadership mindset with fresh fire and purpose through the mediums of leadership development and coaching services. However, the Women's Leadership Mindset series is a new initiative intended to spotlight powerful women leaders and how they serve the world through their professions and purpose. So with the goal to help women realize their unfulfilled dreams and re-energize the leaders they always were. This platform is designed to enhance, empower, educate, equalize, and even emancipate, as our special guests share their entrepreneurial stories, provide valuable resources, and guidance in a caring, professional, and impactful manner. So, let's get down to business. In today's video, it is my pleasure to welcome to my virtual stage, Gabby Veray. Gabby is the owner of Gabby Veray's Virtual Services. She specializes in creating digital courses that empower women coaches to reclaim their time and make money passively. With her diverse skills in project management, website development, and training, she takes a holistic approach to crafting courses that stand out. Her expertise in project management ensures a carefully planned and timely executed course creation process. She'll design visually captivating online courses that enhance the learning journey, thanks to her proficiency in website building. Plus, her background in training equips her to structure engaging course content effectively. Gabby's mission is to help fellow women entrepreneurs not only expand their businesses, but also share their invaluable knowledge with the world. It's about scaling up while staying true to your passion and your purpose. So if you're ready to transform your coaching business, for more details, check out her website at www.gabbyveray.com or shoot her a message via email at gabbyveray@gabbyverayva.com. So we'll bring this information back to you before we go. But I just want to say welcome, Gabby. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this kind of the ground floor of this new initiative with the Women's Leadership Mindset. So thank you so much for joining. I know that we just met in recent history as far as at a networking event. And here we are sitting in a virtual space now, learning to collaborate and to partner and to do something very special on today. So I'm looking forward to our conversation. So let's go ahead and jump in. So why don't you tell our audience, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about Gabby.
Yeah, so outside of me being a digital course specialist, some fun facts about me is I love cooking. I love just kind of, when I do have the time, I'm all about kind of cooking that food from scratch. So I love doing that, and I'm also huge on family. I have in total 11 nieces and nephews. So I am always checking on them. Anytime I can get them, they're with me. So they are like, I'm the fun aunt. I'm the aunt that doesn't have children yet. So they're like, I can ask Gabby for anything. So that is, one thing about me. I come from a big family, which probably contributes to me being such a family person. So love that. And then I am also a huge believer and follower of Christ. God is literally the center of everything for me. So when it comes to, decisions or just anything like that, I follow his way. And then I also enjoy singing. I've always had a passion for singing since I was a little girl. Didn't actually pursue it as a career, but have always loved doing that. I've been in choir, different things. And that is, yeah, a little bit, about what I do. And I guess I can add on, I've always loved like the whole merchandising and project management space of things, and kind of all of those things is kind of how I got introduced to like website design and like training and project management, which slowly introduced me to the course creation world.
Well, that's pretty cool, Gabby. It looks like we have more in common than I thought. I come from a very big family. I was the auntie as well with the with the trail of nieces and nephews, and all of them are grown and starting to have their own children. And I was like, well, it's you all's turn now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And as far as singing, way back, I used to be a choir director back in the day. So
Oh
that
my
was a
goodness.
huge passion, singing as well as songwriting as well. So we have a lot in common. So thank you so much for just giving us a little bit of background about what you do and a little bit about who you are. So with the women's leadership mindset, this is really an opportunity for us to talk about your business, Gabby Beray's virtual services. So tell us a little bit more about your profession and what motivated you to start your business.
Yeah, so as you guys heard, I work predominantly with women. I decided to work with women just because I feel like we are literally taking over and I want to be there to support us. But what kind of got me into the course creation industry was about a year ago, I started off as a project management freelancer. So I was helping a lot of my clients with just different projects, and they would ask me, hey, can you help me with a course? At the time, I didn't realize that everything I had learned in the past, from setting up websites, from being in corporate and doing project management work and learning about marketing and contributing to just like the training and how the design of training and onboarding would be. I didn't realize that all of that basically contributed to being, a course creator. And then outside of, helping build up a training space for startup companies that I work for. So I didn't realize all of that kind of combined. So as my clients are asking me, hey, can you help me with this, project? I'm looking to create a course. I know you're helping me with these other things, but I also know that you have a background in this. I ended up, kind of getting into that space, and it, turned into something I love. I love, the whole building of it. I love the whole idea of sharing your knowledge with other people. And then as far as, just kind of how it went from there is just like you're able to take a skill that you already have and share it with other people that might be wanting to learn that skill, whether that be for their own career or maybe they're just wanting to pick up a hobby. That's kind of how my love developed for, course creation.
Awesome, awesome. So when you say that you work predominantly with women, what kind of women per se do you are attracted to you as far as with that course development, course creation?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mainly work with women coaches. However, I am, finding a lot of people are coming to me just based on, I think it's more of like spiritual. A lot of people keep coming to me where we align spiritually. But not to say I wouldn't work with someone else that's not, necessarily that, but mainly women coaches. I feel like, a lot of people can use courses within their business, but my ideal audience is are women coaches, basically.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Gabby, I know that we've met in a virtual space before. Is that how you acquire your clients, or how do they find you?
Yeah, so they usually find me online. I am mainly on LinkedIn. So I know we met through LinkedIn. So if you are looking to connect with me, or you're like, "Where's Gabby?" You'll find me on LinkedIn more so than any other platform. I'm also active on other platforms such as Alignable when it comes to networking. I do a lot of networking events on there, but I'm mainly on LinkedIn.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Now, Gabby, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, there was something that you just mentioned a moment ago, um, as far as uh, what I would like to know is how do you improve upon the value of your services, and also, and not only how do you improve upon that to stay relevant, but also you may mention, we did talk about in your bio that how course creation can actually help an organization to scale. So can you talk about those two things? How do you improve upon the value of your services to stay relevant? And also, how does course creation also help women coaches or either spiritual coaches to scale in their business?
Yeah, great question. So, how I constantly improve my skills and how I constantly stay up to date with what's going on is really just looking at what's out there in terms of research. I feel like as an expert, you should always be looking for changes. Right now, with courses being such a big thing since the pandemic, there's multiple learning management systems like Kajabi, Teachable. There's multiple software companies that are coming out with just different learning management systems. So that's one of the things that I have to constantly update myself on to see. I'm on calls. I'll hear someone say, "Have you heard about this platform?" No, I haven't, but can you share it with me? Because I want to know what that platform offers, right? So, constantly looking at, hearing what just receiving feedback and receiving what my clients are telling me so that way I can do more research on it, and then also following these big companies that are constantly improving their software. So Kajabi, they're constantly, we know that they're a big company, following them and seeing what the latest trends are with them, and also following other fellow course creators that have been in the space longer than me. And then the second question was, how can it help you sell your business? I love this question. So the thing about it is, with courses, they can be used in various ways. So one of the ways that you can use them, and I'm actually doing an audio event on that, but one of the ways you can use it is lead generation. So if you are at a point in your business where you are finding yourself, on back-to-back phone calls, you are finding yourself literally trading in time for money. Courses are a big solution for that. And the reason why I say that is because courses are based on pure automation. So as you are setting up your courses, you're setting it up so that it can run in the background, where if, someone wants to purchase a self-paced course from you, they can do that without you having to physically go in and send them an invoice. They can, have access to you at that time. It also allows you to reach a wider audience. And by doing that, what I mean is reaching a wider audience is basically where maybe you can't take on 100 clients that month, but you can sell 100 courses. So there's different things that you can do there. You can use it as a lead generation, going back to what I was saying, because you can use it as, a freebie. If there's someone that maybe wants to kind of get a taste of your expertise, you can create a free mini course and give them access to that and upsell your coaching offer just by, offering that mini course, and they're able to kind of get a sneak peek of what you have to offer. So there's so many ways that, you can use it to scale your business, not to mention it's a passive way of, generating income within your business.
Awesome, awesome. And I think a question that just kind of crossed my mind is, while all of these things are so awesome, how do you work with your clients in a way that the information that they're sharing remains engaging? So even if a person is not spending time with you, as far as in face to face or in a live event, how do you work with your clients to make sure that their courses are engaging?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, as my clients come to me, we always do a strategy session. So, when they come to me and they say, "Hey, I'm ready to create a course," I do not start building their course right off of that. We have a strategy session and we go over how to properly structure their course, because they may have a course outline, but it's about structuring it so that it's, number one, engaging to your clients. Number two, your clients are able to retain the information, because there's a certain way you should set up your content. So we talk about that. I also do market research beforehand just to confirm that, what they're putting in their course outline, there might be something else that we can add to, or we might be able to restructure it a little bit better. So when it comes down to it, the way that they stay engaged, or their courses stay engaging, is by having that strategy session, because we're able to kind of break things down, module by module.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love that idea of having that strategy session. So I know that you'll work with individuals as far as how to make sure that it's engaging, how to retain that knowledge, and of course, market research is very important. Now, if a client came to you and they already, let's say, for instance, they already had presentations of the content that they want to share, how do you take that and then mold it into a marketable product?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That is such a great question. So, I am huge about repurposing your content. So, when people come to me and they already have presentations or they have a podcast or whatever it is, I always tell them, start with what you have, because what you have, you've already tested that out. You already know how your clients are, if they found it engaging, if they liked it, how they received it. So, when they come to me and they have that type of content, what we do is once again, during that strategy session, we break that down, and we also talk about, what you can actually apply, make sure it's relevant to your actual course topic. And then from there, we kind of structure it out. I also tell people, I give them a strategy on how to repurpose their content and how to go about doing it. I share a document with them before we even have our strategy session just to make it easier on their course outline.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, Gabby, one of the things that's important as far as when it comes to doing business, it's great that you have a good service or you provide great service or wonderful goods. But we also know that in the effort to make sure that uh, I guess, provider and client relationship works, that trust has to be in the mix. So,
Yes.
what do you do, or how do you establish trust, and not just trust, but authentic trust with your clients?
I'm just honest with them. I'm honest with them and I let them know if there's anything that they need to change. I think, people, yes, courses can help you scale your business, but I think we have to be realistic on where you're at during that process. I help my clients from strategy literally to build out. And so I always tell them, you need to have a launch strategy. Even if you come to me and you're ready to create a course, you need to have a strategy. And by that time, most of them they're scaling their business, so they already have an audience. But I always tell them to just have that. So just being open and being honest with them, letting them know what the process is. I'm also, I also tend to work with my clients a lot when it comes to, just getting things done. I'm always there to kind of like hold their hand throughout the process because I know it can be a scary time when it comes to kind of launching something that big. So just being open and being honest and, really staying within my morals and letting them know the truth on everything.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, Gabby, we're going to kind of shift just a little bit. I know that you shared that you came out of that corporate space and now you're in a space of doing something that you absolutely love as an entrepreneur with your own hustle, so to speak.
Yes.
So, can you? I know that can be a very interesting journey. So maybe take us behind the scenes a little bit, behind the curtain, if you would, and maybe share with us either an intense story or either maybe something kind of funny or kind of wonky, or some of the adventures that you have experienced while building your business.
I think that is a really great question. I think as far as, you know what, I will say this. When it comes to creating the course, I think that one of the funny stories would be a communication part, right? I had a client that I was working with on creating their graphic for their course. And there was there was a miscommunication of she said she changed the photo, but the photo looked the exact same. But I didn't realize that she had went in and like photoshopped it and added like a little there was like she had some dental work done, but I couldn't see it because it was just so like she would have literally had to tell me and she's like, it's the same photo. I'm like, it's or no, she was like, it's a different photo. I'm like, no, it's the same exact photo. So I think it's just those little things, those little communication pieces, because we started being like, hey, what's going on here? Like, let's just jump on a call because it was as if I wasn't doing what, but it turned out she was like, "Oh, I forgot to even tell you that I photoshopped it." So I think it's just those funny little things as far as like just kind of making sure that you're communicating not only just on the client's part, and then also just me receiving it and just, figuring out, hey, what is it that changed? So I thought that was funny because till this day, like we both laugh about it because we're like, how did you not know that? And then I'm like, how did I see that? Right. So that's kind of how we see it. Yeah.
That's pretty funny there. That's pretty funny. So, as you know, Gabby, this is called the Women's Leadership Mindset Series, and so leadership to me, that mindset is that's what I'm most passionate about as far as helping women to renew their leadership mindset with fresh fire and purpose, and that's what this initiative is really all about to introduce powerful women just like you to our growing audience. So. One of my true beliefs, or core beliefs, is that every woman has a controlling area of influence, whether it's in a particular business or with a particular talent, a region, a territory, or with a people. So with that said, understanding that all women has a sense of leadership in them, that we're natural born leaders. What kind of leader, how would you describe yourself? What kind of leader are you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I see myself more as it's been a minute since I'm in the corporate space, but what I will say is more so of like an assertive leader. So I'm always looking to get feedback from the contractors that I do work with. I work with a copywriter and my graphic designer to help me when it comes to creating my courses for clients. And as they provide me feedback, I'm always willing to listen. I'm always willing to share it with my client, just from their expertise, and then also just understanding that there are times that you are going to have to be kind of firm with them and let them know, hey, this is where we are on things, which I haven't necessarily had to do that because they're perfect too when it comes to just like being in their leadership aspect and um you know having control over their expertise. But I think just kind of having that line of just knowing, like, let me guide you, let me lead you, let me make sure that the communication is there, and then also just being nice and understanding that we're all human. So that's kind of how I would say my leadership style is.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, how have you developed this type of leadership mindset? What tools and
I think
methods have you used to develop this type of mindset?
Yeah, I think from working at jobs in the past that I didn't necessarily agree with, certain management styles, I think I was able to kind of look at it and say, hey, I don't want to do that. I always knew after graduating from college, I always knew that I wanted to be in the entrepreneur space. And I knew that was going to come at some point. So, just kind of looking at what they did and just basically saying, hey, I don't want to do that, that's kind of helped me, kind of basically morph my leadership role. And then as far as just how I kind of did that, I think it's just mainly. I think it just goes back to morals. Like I think it goes back to morals and treat people how you want to be treated. And also just with me having, my belief system and, just kind of making sure that that aligns with who I say I am. So I want to reflect that in my business and how I treat other people.
Absolutely, because I've heard it said, or at least I've seen some memes that would say to be the leader that you wish you had. So, definitely taking key pointers from previous management styles is what can really help develop us as leaders. One of the things that I want to know is how would you like future generations to take advantage of the work that you are doing today?
Oh, that is a really great question. I think, with everything starting to become skills based, even when it comes to, getting jobs and careers, I think there's a lot, especially with the new generation, where they're starting to be like they're going to college, but they're starting up businesses while they're in college, or, they're looking for a way to earn more income. The new generation is just completely different. They have so much access to, technology. I would tell them to utilize courses as much as possible. If you are wanting to move up within, your career, take a course on that particular, department that you're in or that particular role that you want to be in. There's so many courses out there where it's like, take that course. Or if you want to be an entrepreneur, maybe you want to start a catering business, look for a course that shows you how to start a catering business. I think I think courses is literally one of the best things that happened since the pandemic. I know that it was there before, but there's been a lot more exposure. So I would tell them to take full advantage of it.
Absolutely. And you're right. This new generation is different. It seems like they don't mind just jumping off the cliff and making it work. And some of them are really taking flight at such an early age. And as you mentioned, having the access to technology and different types of things, it gives them the courage where they can do that. And they don't mind being risk takers because they still got youth on their side. So they definitely have the time there. So I think that's pretty cool there. So I think the next question is we prepare to wrap up. This is your opportunity to educate because as we just talked about, the new generation, they seem to be a little bit more fearless and all of that. And for those of us who might, well, people my age, I'm not old, but
No, I understand. Yeah.
I'm definitely from a different generation, kind of between I think I'm Generation X. I think that's my generation. But I'm not quite too old. But those who are usually my age, we have taken more of a cautious path. You've definitely have had to either do a lot of education, trying to get that college degree, trying to get that master's, or all that other kind of stuff. And you get in a career and you get stuck. Even if you do have other dreams that you want to acquire, you just get into the rat race and you just never take that off ramp. So what would you say, what kind of tip, encouragement, or resource would you share with someone who they're ready to take that step as far as stepping into either a new career, their dream career, or even taking that step to start their new dream job or dream business? What type of guidance would you give to someone like that who's really ready to make that dream a reality?
I would say go for it. I believe we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? So I feel like, if that's something that you want to do and it's literally, you feel like it's been, nudging at you and you feel that, do it, go for it. I think, I think especially with, just myself, I basically took the chance and quit my corporate job and went full time. So I feel like anyone can do it. I think that we all have the strength and the power to do what we think we can do. Even if you fail, get right back up and try again. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you can't be a business owner or you can't be in that certain career because you failed at something else. Figure out where you went wrong the first time, or figure out what you went wrong the last time and learn from it and do something else, navigate it. If that means that you have to change careers but you're somewhere still in that department, then do it. But I think that you can do anything you set your mind to. So do not let doubt, fear, or anything hold you back because you're powerful.
Absolutely. So just go for it. If you hear that, ladies, go for it. Let's go for
Yeah.
it. Now, Gabby, I know you have a free gift for us. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I do have a free course idea guide. If you go to my website, you can download the free course idea guide and it will be delivered right into your email. It's basically a guide that provides you with different ideas if you are in the place where you're thinking about creating a course and you're not sure what to create your course on. I've created a couple of ideas there. And then I also have some free resources as well, some other ones that you can take a look at.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Gabby. We're going to make sure that we get that information in the bio so the audience can definitely take advantage of this information. Well, it was such an honor to be able to spend some time with you on today. So, ladies, I hope you enjoyed this opportunity. Another episode of the Women's Leadership Mindset with Miss Gabby Veray of Gabby Veray's virtual service. It was an honor to have her on today. So remember, you can connect with her on her website at www.gabbyverayva.com. And you can also email her at gabbyveray@gabbyverayva.com. So in the meantime, as always, here's to the journey and let's move forward.